Yo, what's up guys? Old School Dan here, and in this video we're going to be talking about developing the calves by Steve Reeves. But before we get started, I would like you to please like and subscribe to my channel right now. If you're new to my channel, you might as well subscribe because I'm always dropping that fire content, and you will soon see that is true. And if you're already subscribed, please give this video a like. With that being said, let's get started. Steve Reeves talks about how people wonder why their calves aren't growing. That it's the exercises, that's the issue. But what he really wants you to think about is, have you been really working your calves? With an emphasis on really. Like, have you been spending as much time on them as you are on back, chest, or biceps? This frustrates me as a coach when people come to me. Dan, my calves aren't growing. Why won't they grow? I ask them, well, what exercises are you doing? What's your volume like? What's the frequency? How do you expect them to grow if you're not treating them like you do with your chest or arms? You're not prioritizing them. You're not prioritizing them like you do with your chest or arms. He says it's not the matter of not figuring out why they're not growing, but just to admit that you don't really care. You say you have small calves. You laugh at yourself. You make jokes on your Instagram, Facebook, and hashtag small calves. Or make up a funny caption about how your calves are so small from last year. Just admit you don't really care. And if you did, they wouldn't be small. Am I right? Is Steve right? With that being said, let's move on to Steve's first tip. Number 1, you need to train calves directly. Doing squats alone won't help. A little, but not enough. Number 2, just because you're born with bad genetics doesn't mean you can't get big calves. I'm talking about high insertions. Yeah, someone with low insertions is probably going to have that effect that other calves look bigger. But I mean, just because you have high calf insertions doesn't mean you still can't get big calves. Yeah, they may not look as big as the guy with low insertions, but they'll still be big. You know, you can't really change that. It's genetics. Number 3, have the mindset that you can do it. He says that instead of hoping to get big calves, say you will get big calves. All about the mindset. He says that a lot about it in his books, actually. But number 4, the gastrocnemius is where it's at. This is the muscle you want to train that will help you pack on size on those calves. Now, let's move on to the next tip. Tip number 2, train the calves daily. Calf exercises should be performed every day, and if you can manage it, twice a day. Here are some example exercises he recommends for calves. Toe raises, which is the same thing as standing calf raises. Straddle hops, seated toe raises, sprinting in the sand, donkey calf raises, and tiptoe walking, etc. We got a couple more that I'm going to go over in a little bit. Alright, so let me read you all the exercises he recommends. Toe raises, toe jumping with a barbell, tiptoe walking, seated toe raises, straddle hops, and splits on tiptoe, sprinting in the sand. Let's see what else he's got. Donkey calf raises, and that's about it. That's all he recommends. And if you're curious about what the straddle hops are, it says repetition straddle hops and splits are done on tiptoe are effective, as these bouncy movements do a lot of jar to the obstinate muscles of the calves. In addition to barbell and dumbbell exercises, some very good movements can be performed with iron boots. Extending the leg and pointing the toes, rotating the ankles clockwise and counterclockwise are effective calf developers. Remember, in all these exercises you need heavy poundage and a great number of repetitions. You can work them in sets, but you always must remember that the muscles of the calf are very stubborn and must be exercised until they ache and they feel like they are going to burst. Now, if you have any questions about any of this stuff, I will be happy to answer your question in the comment section below. Just leave a comment right now. With that being said, we're going to move on to the final slide, which is the beginning calf routine I'm going to be giving you directly from Steve Reeves' book, Dynamic Muscle Building. The beginner's workout. Toe raises, toes forward, 1 set of 20 repetitions. Toe jumping, 2 sets of 15 repetitions. Tiptoe walking, 1 set of 150 steps. That's a lot of steps. Seated toe press, 1 set of 20 repetitions. Donkey calf raises. And that's the beginner routine for calves. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching. I'm Old School Dan. I'm gone. Peace.